in Los Angeles.
Hey, hey. Oh. All right.
How you guys doing today? Welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, aka PURPLEXEDQT. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you don't like what you see, I can't help you. Hang on. Hey, I just went live. What's up? Alright, ask Sage too. Alright, bye. Phoenix is sick again. Not COVID, but he's sick again. So he's like, let the dog in. Ask Sage your brother. Alright, what's up, Rocco? So, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Welcome mods, Patreon, subs, everyone in between. I have Cash App. I was going to make this members only, but I know most of my members probably didn't see it. So that's the one reason I didn't. But you can donate to me through Cash App. It's scrolling on top. Most importantly, you can buy a candle, which supports me the most, and get something out of it. So there you go. All right, a couple of things. Whew. I actually am glad I watched Cher's live because it got my mind off of the hypocrites that I was going to call out and decided not to. So it was a good thing because it put my mind at ease. I've been painting all day. Crazy. Okay. Cher, that guy is lying to her. Oh, I tried telling Cher that guy's lying to her. Yes. So I did some background checks on the guy. Pretty interesting background. So, all right, let me start with, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about or anything of the sort. So I was looking for something to watch while I put a second coat of paint on, and I couldn't find anything. I saw Cher was live. She's got some guy on there. All right, I'll see what it's about. Didn't know if it was about summer or some weird thing. Now, let me back up for a second. You guys know that I'm agnostic. However, I am spiritual and I do believe in ghosts and a lot of other things. So last night my stream ended and I put it on my community page that the number of people that commented was 3333, which is fucking weird. Like, why would it come out so even? 333, that's weird. So Lindsay happened to look something up, and then I was doing some research on it, like, does it mean anything? And what's really interesting is when I was making dinner tonight, I was looking to see the meaning of it. So I want to show you guys the meaning, but what really was weird is I really was in my own head today, and I kept thinking like my ADD kicked in really bad, and I was starting like 14 different projects. And I'm like, you know what? I want to focus. I want to, certain things that I want to do. I found out that a subscriber who's met me through Summer Wells, her daughter actually lives about 15 houses away from me. So like same development and everything. So that got me in my own head about getting more locals and, you know, redoing the website and all the things I want to do to succeed. And all of this happened before I looked at the number, before I looked at the meaning. And it was just really weird. And I'm like, wow, maybe it does mean something. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. Is it odd? Definitely. Is it half of 666? Well, 6666. But what I found even more interesting is that here I am, like, in my own head all day about the exact same things that the numbers say that I'm going to mean, that, you know, I should think about. And then I find Cher's stream, which is all about Satanism, and all the coincidences when it comes to the Freemasons. So just really fucking weird day. But let me play what the 3333 means. It's pretty cool, actually. So hold on. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. Is it odd? Definitely. Will I run with it? Absolutely. Hold on. Of course I was under a troll name. Hold on. Now I gotta figure out what troll name it was. Yes, I have troll names. Oh, no, I wasn't under a troll name. So why isn't it coming up? I was under my real name. I don't know why it's not my history. I watched it on YouTube. I found this one guy that I really liked. Here it is. It's only 6 minutes, but it's interesting. 7-6. Do you know what 7-6 means? Hold on. It's funny that you say that. Because I found this symbol for... Where is it? Oh my God. Where is it? 7-6 actually means Amen Satan. I bet you didn't know that. Alright, check this out. Alright, so I'm a little unorganized. Sue me.
So what does number 3333 mean? In numerology, the number 3 refers to self-expression, especially with regards to audio and visual expression. If you have seen a repeated number of the number 3, your guardian angels are telling you to put more accent on your gifts, including tolerance, social interaction, and inspiration. At this stage, you require the guidance and support of the divine spirits. You are like the young teenager, gifted with a lot of potential, beautiful and charismatic. The 3333 angel number sequence comes with a vibration that brings together 4 times the strengths and luck of the number 3. Just like I mentioned earlier, you should already be aware that the figure has a symbolic meaning of prosperity and growth. You see, the number 3333 because you are about to receive abundant blessings financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and at all spiritual levels. Number 3 is meant to mean happiness. Those who see number 3333 express emotions positively, in turn bringing happiness to their surroundings. The type of energy produced by this group of people is quite encouraging. They inspire and encourage everyone around them to find joy in everything they aspire to accomplish. The spiritual meaning of 3333's angel number. Seeing a repeated sequence of the number 3333 is a reminder that you are blessed. Every good thing that has taken place in your life before only shows your spiritual connection with the divine spirits. It is good to cherish your best moments of life. However, it is not advisable to cling to them. It's now time to let go and allow new blessings to come forth. You are about to experience something new. As a result, you must start all over again. Seeing angel number 3333 also indicates that you have a bright future ahead. You must put to good use your abilities because the opportunity that you have wished for is now before you. You must progress and make an impact on your life. The motivation and energy sent to you by your guardian angels through the number 3333 are second to none. Invest more in yourself and work towards achieving your goals. In the end, you will receive an award for all of your efforts and your knowledge. The meaning of angel number 333 and love. When it comes to love, we receive a list of insights from our guardian angels through angel numbers. These numbers, in turn, enable us to understand who we are and how we should conduct ourselves in this context. If you listen on, you are about to find the connection of angel number 333 and love. Seeing a recurring sequence of the number 333 means you are destined to experience success and happiness in love. You have invested much of your time and resources to make someone happy. I'm happy to inform you that the same will be manifested in your life. The relationship you have been pursuing is about to mature. Your partner is about to let you in and reciprocate the same back to you. So smile. Enjoy the moment. Your positive vibe has finally worked, and you will not experience any problems with your relationship. The final thoughts. Your guardian angels are requesting you to take to heart all that is necessary for you to do is to focus on your aspirations. The decisions you have made should be a work in progress until the end. Angel number 3333 will bring you the much needed support and guidance from your guardian angels. Everything that you think to yourself will come to pass, so keep your thoughts positive. Finally, if you see the angel number 3333, your guardian angels are telling you that your connection with the divine spirit is bold and you should trust in yourself. Be hopeful that your future only holds the best. At the same time, live life to the fullest. For regular updates, please do subscribe.
How cool was that? Lindsay, the one you sent me was very similar. Like the meaning was all the same. I just couldn't deal with the computer voice, the computer generated voice. But how weird was that? I was like, you know what? That's like everything I'm going through. It's kind of weird. Watch this guy show up with some roses. No, I'm serious. It's just like everything I thought about today fit that. Like, it really did. I was like, what can I do in my room? I can repaint. I can repaint my furniture. I can repaint my color scheme. I did everything I could not to leave today, and I didn't. I had bought stuff for my room yesterday and, you know, like new sheets. And it was just to hear that today and know that I had this 3333 last night was just freaky. So it was weird. All right. That is why you see, yes, your angels are calling out to you. Your angels are telling you something. I don't know if I ever told you guys about the dream I had about the monk in the wall, but I'll get into it another time. I'm not getting into it now. But I just thought it was weird because everything he's saying is all stuff I thought about today and spoke to my dad today after I physically spoke to my mom. And just a lot of little things. And then when I was making dinner for the boys and I hear that, I was like, wow, that kind of fits in with everything I felt today. And I was I was ready to call out some people today and decided not to. Like, I kept putting it off. That's why I stayed off of YouTube. I was off of Discord. I didn't want to see anything because I was getting ready to call people out just because they're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And then I kept putting it off. And here we are now. But I'm glad I put it off because, like I said, then I found share, and which was way better to call out than anything else. So there's that. Hey, monkeys, mama. Okay. So here's what's going on. I turn on share because she was like the only one on, or the first one to come up. And I see this guy that's on there. Let me shut old boy down. Hold on. And I see this guy that's on there. Long hair, kind of looks like Satan or Jesus Christ, either way. And he is some guy, which I didn't know who he was. So I did some research. Who is this guy? Ugh.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, hon. If you're from Australia, you might know him. Adian Childs. He was born in 1975, so he's younger than me. He's best known by his stage name, Addison Charles or whatever. His name's Adijan Jurek, or Junk. He's an Australian singer-songwriter who's actually the winner of the second season of the X Factor Australia. In 2010, he subsequently signed with Sony Music Australia. He had a debut single called Somewhere in the World, reached top 10 in Australia and New Zealand. And his self-titled debut album peaked at number 3 on the area charts and was certified platinum. So he was a successful musician. I mean, for him to go platinum, you had to sell over 10 million albums. He wasn't a bad musician. His second studio album, Born Before the Sun, was released in 2015 and was preceded by the release of 6 singles. In 2016, he played the title role in a Queensland production of Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay, so we all see that he had his heyday. 2010, the X Factor, like I said, he won. In 2012, what was it? Hold on. 2011, his manager was busted running a meth lab. They all lived there. He got busted for meth. In 2013, he released a single. 2014, he got dropped from his label and has been releasing stuff. In 2016, he married his girlfriend of 4 years, Samantha Greenland, in a private ceremony. On April 15th of 2021, he released a 5-hour YouTube video on Freemasonry. That was the name of his band, by the way. It was Mason or Mason, short for Masonic, I'm assuming. And it's secretly antagonistic relationship with Christianity. Adian claims to be a former member of the Masonic Fraternity, breaking his Masonic paths in order to produce his 5-hour presentation. The conclusion of the presentation is that the International Freemasonry are in fact organized Satanism in disguise. So we are going to disprove this, okay? If you believe in Jesus, God, Satan, no matter what religion you are, don't take any of this personal. He speaks I don't know what religions are in Australia, but he speaks very, very, Christianity is the only religion in the whole world. I know for a fact there's a lot of Freemasons that are Jewish. So Freemasons have nothing to do with a religious aspect. It did back in the 1800s, but it's evolved ever since. Put a 1 if you don't know what, you're welcome, Monkey's Mama. Put a 1 if you don't know what a Freemason is. Let's start there. So we'll make sure we're all on the same page. My husband takes me ghost hunting every year for anniversary. That sounds like fun. I started looking into Freemasons due to Making a Murderer. There has still been a debate of what a Freemason is. A Freemason is almost like a fraternity. They go back to the 1800s, and in the 1800s, there was a lot of symbolism of Satanism and witchcraft, and it was the 1800s. Life, technology, we've all evolved since the 1800s. So we're different now than we were then. Just like religion has transformed, everything in our lives have changed since the 1800s. Conspiracy theorists, and I'm sorry if you are a conspiracy theorist seem to think that we still have to think like we did in the 1800s, and they kind of transfer it over to today. They change a lot of facts to fit their own narrative. That's exactly what this guy did. I checked every single one of his, pointed contentions. Every single point that he made or showed on the screen, I looked up. I didn't catch all of them because some of them went off the screen too fast. But just from looking up, half of them don't even come up as anything, which means they're deep-seated in a book somewhere. Or we don't know the context prior. We don't know the context after. The ones that I was able to put together, it just shows that he's out of his mind. Maybe he should go back to writing music. Because Freemasons are like a fraternity. Their whole goal is to enrich you into being a better person. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of Scientology. They say it's not a cult. They say it's not a religion. But once you get deep entrenched in it, you realize that it is. That's what it reminds me of. Freemasons used to be a secret society. It's not so much anymore. They have buildings. It's really a boys' club. Now they allow women in it, but for many, many, many years, women were not allowed to be in it. Women had to stay away from it. And they allegedly performed these rituals maybe in the 1800s, but not in 2022. When I say it's like a fraternity, it's a boys' club. It's where men go to hang out. It's where men help you be a better person, get a better job. A lot of Hollywood actors have become Freemasons. The conspiracy theorists would like people to believe that Freemasons are Satanists, and I'm going to play some of this guy's video, that Freemasons are Satanists, that Freemasons are evil. They're doing evil things behind the scenes. They're having rituals. But I don't see it like that. And all the investigation that I've done previously didn't lead me to that. Freemasons are what I think of weak people that build relationships with stronger people, and that flows down, if that makes sense. People, man or female, want someone to look up to. They want someone to guide them. They may not believe in the church. They may not feel that their pastor is doing anything for them. So, same thing in college. You join a fraternity, you join a sorority, you got brothers, you got sisters, you got people to depend on. You got people that can help you. You got people to look up to. That's kind of the same premise, except instead of teens, it's adults. Like I said, many famous people have been Freemasons, many judges, any type of boys' club. Women have them in their own right, but Freemasons are evolved into a strong community. Again, not secret society like they want you to believe. But it's no different than a Yale fraternity. It's no different than... They have nothing to do with child trafficking or anything like that. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Crazy what people think. So... exactly. But it's not really for old men, but it is a get-together. It's a boys' club. I mean, that's really what it is. It's a boys' club. And that's why so many judges, lawyers, Hollywood actors, affluent people that are lonely, but, with good jobs, it's a brotherhood. They're there for each other, one for all. You know, if you're a true Mason, you're having trouble, the other Freemasons will help you out. It's just like a fraternity. So I'm still a member of sorority. I joined in college. Exactly. It's the same thing. It is like a frat house, but it's a frat house for professionals. It's a frat house for those who may not have gotten in a fraternity in college. And now that they're older, they're mature, they're not goofy anymore, whatever the reason, they become Freemasons. I believe every state has them, but I'm not positive. So that's like a general background of Freemasons. Bohemian Grove is the biggest nonsense I've ever heard. And I don't discuss anything with Alex Jones in here. So there's that. But again, so this guy's talking that every statue pretty much that we know is a phallic symbol of a hard penis. No, it's not. It's the way things are built. And even if it was, okay, we live in a man's world and men rule society, whether women want to believe it or not. That was some of the best advice. Well, the second greatest advice my dad ever gave me. You want to make it, when I was a stockbroker, you want to make it in this world, Laura, you have to think like a man, you have to act like a man, but you have to use your feminine charm. Something along those lines. And I never forgot that. My dad always gave me good advice, but I never forgot that. And when I became a broker, I was competing. I was in a room with like 500 guys. How am I, there were two of us, two females. How am I going to do this? How am I going to, be successful when this is dominantly a man's world? That's exactly what my dad said to me. And that's how I've lived business-wise. Whether I was in the music business, as a stockbroker, no matter what, I thought like a man, I acted like a man, but I used my feminine charm, and it worked. It definitely worked. And so as much as feminism wants to say that women this, women that, it's a man's world. And once you realize that is when you succeed in business. So there's that. But that's what they're saying, that these symbols are, that's what he's saying is symbolic of. Okay, so let me play some of the video. And for some reason, I didn't get the dick part. I don't know where I missed it. I guess I didn't go back far enough. But I think her video is still up.
Over and over. Have you caught a glimpse of who?
Okay. What? Whoa. Why does that keep happening? Trigger warning, I think the guy's out of his fucking mind. Just saying.
Dealing with yet. They're all Freemasons, high ranking. And they're all buffeted by a plethora of Masonic dupes who don't know any of this because they can't decipher the symbols and they don't care to try. They're proud and boastful and defensive of their beloved fraternity, in which they get to rub shoulders with the most important people of their suburbs, cities, and towns, and in which they got on their knees to take blood oaths of death, calling other old decapitated men worshipful master, yet still they think it's innocent and has nothing to hide. Delusional and lost, almost beyond hope. Some of them still think it's a Christian organization, just like the founder of the satanic church described. What do you get when you carefully conceal Satanism with Christianity? You get Freemasonry.
When I was young, it's part of the reason I got out of religion was I studied all religions, including Satanism. Satanism in the Satanic Bible says nothing about Freemasons. Nothing. It is a term that would have stuck out at me when I was very young. It is something I would have remembered, and that is not something I ever remembered. And I don't have a satanic Bible to comb through it, but this, again, he acts like Christianity is the only religion out there. It's not. Thank you, Autumn.
People, Satanism is at the core of our world, and it is behind the new order that will be implemented soon enough. It will be all done through deception. You'll be tricked. Remember how I told you that the all-seeing eye sees that we're in hell? Well, the massive witch and Freemason Helena says so right here. Satan is the minister of God, Lord of the seven mansions of Hades, the angel of the manifest worlds. Hades means hell, manifest worlds means earth. This is who you're dealing with. This is the religion and the beliefs of the rich, powerful, and famous. And yes, politicians. Do you want to go back to sleep? You can sleep after this. Wait till I show you what they're going to do to you, coming up in this many minutes. For those who simply refuse to believe that Bono or Scott Morrison or Prince can be Luciferians because they all go to church, let me show you another Masonic ritual they do.
Awesome, Gail.
And this is before Satanism or Luciferianism is...
Hold up. You believe this guy, Leslie? He's an ex-musician. There's nothing to believe. Anybody, and I'm going to show you why when it comes to the points that I looked up, anybody can take a little clip of something and make it form a narrative of whatever you want it to mean. A lot of his titles I tried looking up, they don't exist, which means they come from a small part of a book. Well, what book does it come from? Where are your references? You know, some of the references he gives, but the books aren't anything of what he narrates to them. So before you believe him, before you believe him, listen to the whole thing. Listen to my comeback.
Revealed to the candidate. And then you tell me if Bono or Scott are capable of secretly believing in Lucifer. It all starts here with the Masonic apron. Different kinds signifying different grades.
Okay, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I looked into the symbol that he talks about, all right? Now, if you look at it, from his point of view, okay? That looks like, if you're going to look at it from a sexual connotation, that looks like a woman's legs over a man. If you're going to look at it that way. Well, he has that reversed. He said that's a man on top of a woman. No. The, whatchamacallit? The top one is feminine. The bottom one is male. So he's wrong right there. But it's been proven what that actually means. And it's the masonry tools that were built from the people that started the Freemasons. That is what that actually means. So that's why it's a ruler and a compass. The eye of, I call Eye of Icarus, but it's not, is also on our dollar bill. That was made by a non-Freemason. The Freemasons took it as a symbol, but the person that made it wasn't even a Freemason. And it's the exact same person that's on our dollar bill. And George Washington, all them, they were Freemasons, by the way. But he explains that this is a man over dominating a woman. No, it's actually the opposite if you want to look at it that way. Just saying. He sees sex in everything. I think he's the Satanist, actually.
On different grades. Have you guessed what's hiding it? The genitals. Pretty obvious. Like everything else they hide, once you can see. The genitals are the true working tools of a Mason.
Yeah, I don't know why this is acting like that. But, okay, let me try that again. He's saying that it's wrapped around your waist because it's covering genitals. Not wrapped. He's saying that they wear that symbol and they wear it the way they wear it based on the fact that it's covering genitals. No, moron. It's wrapped around the waist like everything else that you wrap something around. Would you like him to wrap it around his neck? Would you like them to wrap it around their arm? The only logical place to wrap something would be the waist. That's logic. That's common sense. Because it's too big for them to wrap anywhere else. Should they wrap it over their face? Even if they turned it around, it's still sexual by your meaning because they're wrapping around their butt. They're covering their butt. But it's a natural progression to wrap something around your waist if you're going to wrap something around. There's no other place on the body to do that. Just saying.
Freemasonry is foundationally a sex cult.
Oh,
because it all starts with sex, doesn't it? Life itself starts with sex. So the mystical force of the true God of Freemasonry hides in the hidden part of the human body. That's the Holy of Holies, covered by the Masonic apron, the seat of God, the seat of Lucifer. See here with Satanist King Diamond's artwork? The eye is attached to the horn god, but look at where the eye starts, from the waist down. That's where the apron.
As a metalhead, he's showing an album cover of King Diamond. King Diamond is a heavy metal thrash band back from the 80s. They always said they were Satanists. It's not a secret. But he's using their album cover, which now that I know as a musician, it kind of makes sense. But he's using an album cover of a band who claimed they were Satanists or wanted to perceive that they were Satanist, and that's what he's using as a point of reference. Try again. But I guess he feels that most people wouldn't, don't know who King Diamond is. He was in the music industry. So was I. I know who King Diamond is. I was also a metalhead. And that's what he's using as his big reference of a band that wanted to portray they were Satanists back in the 80s using, satanic symbols and, little devils and everything else. All right, now carry on. And I can't believe he's 4 years younger than me. I think he looks way older.
Of a Mason begins. And the one eye of Freemasonry is also the one eye of the penis, where life generates and springs forth. See the openly hidden secret of the Masonic square and compass now? You're looking at the sex act. That's the female in missionary position, and that's the male mounting her. The sex act. And the eye in the middle, with these emanating rays, is the orgasm and the ejaculation of the penis. See life shooting forth. That's how they see the sun and the earth too. The sun is the visible penis of their true God, shooting forth life continually. The light itself is the mystical sperm of the God of this world. The sun and penis generate life, while the earth and female womb produce life. The letter G, when replacing the I in the middle of the square and compass, stands for generation, sexual generation. The practical aspect of Freemasonry and Satanism's.
Okay, once again, what's his reference on that? You can't just pull something out on page 632 and not show what it's about, the context of it, or where it came from. So, National Geographic did a thing on... Now, for those of you that don't know me, everything that I look up is going to be either a peer-written article or National Geographic. I'm not going to pull up Joe Schmo's article and say, here, go with this. So National Geographic, the lost symbol and the Freemasons, 8 myths decoded. Masonic symbols are everywhere. All right. Think of the pentagram or 5-pointed star or the all-seeing eye in the Great Seal of the United States. But most Masonic symbols aren't unique to Freemasonry. The Masonic use of symbols as a grab bag taken here. The pentagram, for example, is much older than Freemasonry and acquired its occult overtones only in the 19th, 20th centuries, hundreds of years after the Masons adopted the symbol. Likewise, the all-seeing eye, say its way to the Great Seal and the U.S. dollar bill by Pierre Souvenir, a non-Mason. The eye represents divine guidance of the U.S. Ship of State or the Secretary of the U.S. Congress. Charles Thompson put it in 1782. It alludes to the many signal interpositions of providence in favor of the American cause. It is not about ejaculating. It is not about blowing a load. It is not about any of that. That's why it's also on our dollar bill. There was one known Mason on the committee to design the seal, Benjamin Franklin. His proposed design was eyeless and rejected. That's the whole thing about the eye. So if people just really look up the facts of where it means from either peer review sources or from, known sources like National Geographic, you'll find the real meaning of it. So that's why I said, for those that believed the shit he was saying, well, I looked it all up. And yeah, there's a lot of myths in here that is easily overthrown. Okay, back to it.
Religion is that of a sex cult. You see Rod Stewart telling you he's a Freemason? By displaying the hidden hand of Freemasonry, also known as the Master of the Second Veil, and look at his other hand, taking the Masonic apron's place for covering his penis, which is the Holy of Holies, the seat of God for the Mason. And from the Grand Pontiff of Freemasonry, Albert Pike, hence the significancy of the phallus, the penis, or of its inoffensive substitute, the obelisk. Straight from the horse's mouth, the erect penis graces us, or should I say disgraces us, with its presence in every country in the world, marking its territory. The Masonic obelisk in our face, everywhere, making its bold statement, yelling, screaming in silence. This is another reason why we're considered the ignorant and stupid masses. Another example of hidden in plain sight. And here's an erect penis on the front page of the female Freemasonry magazine, The Eastern Star.
Oh, that's funny,
I
Leslie.
once stood in front of this obelisk in Sydney, and I must have asked 30 people what they thought it was.
Now, mind you, the year on that magazine was 1924. Come on. You can't reference something from 1924 unless it is like the Great Depression or something, or the Bill of Rights or something from that long ago, because the world has changed. So were these phallic symbols for penises? Maybe. But if they were, you know what it meant? Because it's a man's world. Not because they're Satanists. It had nothing to do with that. It has to do with a man's world. And just like women should never be embarrassed of their bodies or ashamed of their bodies, men shouldn't be ashamed of a phallic symbol of a penis. Because to me, it means strength, and it means dominating, And that's what it is. So if that's what it meant in the world, and that's why they built them like this, so be it. It's not a bad thing. It's the way the world is. Just saying. But the penis hasn't changed. Good point. Phallic is the word for it. A phallic symbol.
Not a single one of them knew. To the Freemasons of the higher degrees, the whole universe is in fact one giant and continuous sex act. This is the structure of Freemasonry. You can take this path to the top or this path. And way up here, you have the Order of the Mystic Shrine.
I looked everywhere for that chart. I could not find it. Could not find it. So again, he pulled it from some book without any reference.
Mystic Shrine is what's found behind the Masonic apron, because that's where life comes from. That's the Mystic Shrine. You have to be a 32nd degree Freemason to be asked to join the Order of the Mystic Shrine. And then, once you're inside, you can be invited to join this order, the Royal Order of Jesters. See, Freemasonry is like Russian dolls, and Satanism is at its center.
You are so smart.
The pins and the lapel designs for the Order of the Jesters. You can only join them unless you're at least a 32nd degree Freemason. Sex and debauchery. Erections. The adoration of the phallus. Masturbation. Devils. Demons. Fallen angels. This one here, mocking holiness, reference to the anus, and sodomy, anything to mock the Bible. This disgusting one has King Momus sitting on a female's face, and hidden in plain sight is the square and the compass, for those who have eyes to see. Bestiality, yes indeed. This bagpipe player has an erection, and the sheep is running away scared. Self-explanatory. This character has an emphasized eye. If you can see that.
Sure, demonetized now.
The skull has an emphasized eye also. Wink.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm like a little shocked, actually.
And the secrecy. The symbols of secrecy.
Now, I have no idea where those are from or what they're to or what they're for. No idea. And he doesn't explain it. That's what I'm saying. This could be a joke. This could be, I don't know. I don't know where he's getting them from or what they are. So if anyone can explain to me what they are, please let me know. Is this like boring porn? No. That's why when you fry your brain with drugs. I hear you.
On the far right here, the monkey covers his
Mama!
head, symbolizing the Masonic apron, and the black and white dogs, well, they symbolize the checkered floorboard of the Masonic Lodge, which is sexualized male and female principles. The horned god, where evil and good don't exist. And in the first degree, Masons are given a Bible stamped with a square and compass, oblivious to the inherent mockery and the foundation of the whole fraternity, as alluded to here with a genuine Royal Order of Jesters.
Not only is she buying it, her audience is buying it, okay? You're welcome, Green-Eyed. Her audience is buying it. There were like 400 people in there. All like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. Not questioning anything, not looking at anything. I think they read what they want to see. Exactly, that's my whole point. So, not only that, the checkered floor, this blew me away. The checkered floor doesn't mean anything. He talks about, it's coming up, but this is why I don't have to keep stopping it. Pillars. Well, the pillars are in every fucking church there is. You just can't get away from them. Pillars are everywhere. But using the penis is a sign of strength. That is why they use the penis. It is for strength. Again, it is a man's world. Men dominate. Men dominate with their penis. I don't need to give a birds and the bees, but we know how men and women fornicate. And the men, even if a woman's in a different position, the man is still the dominant one. Unless you're a dominatrix. But either way. So, I'm not going to get too deep into this. I think we're all adults. You guys know where I'm going with this. But that is why they use, it is maybe their own insecurity that their penis is what drives them. But it's a man's world. That's why they use it. There's no secret meaning behind it. Any female that's ever been in corporate America for a substantial amount of time understands this and knows this is the way it is. We know we're still more powerful because we just hold the power. But in reality, men believe it's a man's world. It is a man's world, but that is their strength. So for them to use that as a symbol, I don't look anything further into it. Thank you, Green IP. Like, I just don't look any further into it than that's just the life. That's just the life we live in. So. And why should Amazon have devil tails as their logo? Oh, come on, Renee, really? Dudes love their peepees, exactly. Women want half the money and all the cookies. Hey, hell yeah. All right, let's move.
Private lapel. This is a certificate that a jester receives after his initiation, and you see here their patron is named King Momus, and he was a god or a daemon, which is a very demon who was expelled from heaven, as the legend goes. Sounds just like Lucifer, because it is.
Oh my God. He's reading something from the 1800s. Satanism was the very first religion to ever come into the modern world. Satanism, it sounds like he's reading something from, I don't remember if it was Satanic Bible or what, but he's reading something about Satanism from way back when. You can't take a little clip like that and just use that definition. So it's just not going to work. Give me a reference. Give me the context it was set in. Give me the book it was in. Don't just give me some little thing, some little clip without any context to it. Try again, dude.
Did Freemasonry disassociate themselves from the tax-exempt branch of Freemasonry known as the Jesters?
Just being here listening is helpful.
Because, I mean, this is rare footage of an event within the lodge. Now, I'm sorry about the quality of this, but this is a Masonic lodge. So for Masons that want to say that the Jesters are...
Okay, this I had to laugh at. I don't know who Dan Brown is, but this I had to laugh at because this is what I see. I'll tell you what I see. I see 1940s, maybe 30s, maybe 20s, I don't know. But a stripper was hired to do a Freemason meeting. Notice she's on her own chair. Notice they're all separate from each other. Black and white. Her hairdo tells me it was a long, long time ago. It's no secret that strippers, probably around as long as Satanism, and women are sex symbols since the beginning of time. Women cater to men's needs since the beginning of time. So to see a stripper dancing in a masonry reminds me of a corporate company. AT&T hires a stripper. and they're all sitting around watching. And I'm going way back, 1920s. And they're all sitting around watching. There's no secret behind this. This is a stripper dancing for a bunch of guys that I'm sure she was hired for. But again, notice they're all away from her. She's just dancing. This is not something that was invented in the 90s. This goes way back to the beginning of time.
Contrary to Masonry, well, look at these dirty old men, masters of the lodge with sublime morals, all married, probably all have daughters and granddaughters, yet still this inside the lodge. But for you, it should be obvious, because you can see the square and compass, the sex act, and the all-seeing eye right in the middle. I told you that Satanism was the oldest religion in the world, and it is. The sex act was ritualized and organized as a religion before we called it Satanism. But Satan has always been the god, the horny god, the horned god.
Right, Rabbit?
All of them, from Sumeria to Egypt to Greece and so on. That's called paganism. And the
He
real
doesn't have a channel currently.
paganism, the one not written by hand, the one that's older than any book, the one that
Really an
supersedes,
old one, but he hasn't used it in years.
making it the purest and most unadulterated word of God in the eyes of the Freemasons, is nature. Nature is their Bible.
Yes,
Before you
Luna.
think there's nothing wrong with that, wait a second, because you're not thinking straight. Ask a Mason whether he be a first degree or a 33rd degree. What is Freemasonry? And the universal go-to answer is this: a peculiar system of morality veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. Now, why would you need to veil your morals? Because in their peculiar system,
Yes,
before you
Luna.
think there's nothing wrong with that, wait a second, because you're not thinking straight. Ask a Mason whether he be a first degree or a 33rd degree. What is Freemasonry? And the universal go-to answer is this: a peculiar.
Notice his reference. This is what I was talking about. He pulls a reference from lodgedevotion.net. Who the fuck is lodgedevotion.net? Oh, look, I see a Freemason symbol. Huh. Wonder what kind of bullshit that is. This is why he's a joke. Like, show me a peer article. Show me because when you look up what is Freemasonry from a reputable place, you don't get that answer. Just saying. Sorry, Rocco.
A system of morality veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. Now, why would you need to veil your morals? Because in their peculiar system, evil is good and good is evil. That's Satanism 101. A peculiar system of morals. That should tell you something. That should tell you everything. Why would your morals need to be a secret? Because their deeds are in fact evil. Glorifying the laws of nature, where cruelty and self-obsession are virtuous characteristics. That's nature. Nature is as cruel as she is kind. The checkered floorboard, where everything is legal. It's Christianity that lives in reverse. The first shall be last. Love your enemies. The meek shall inherit the earth. These are unholy and unnatural concepts in the eyes of visible nature, the nature of Freemasonry, which is Satanism. What the Freemasons really mean by this morality veiled in allegory is that they're allowed to steal because nature allows it. They're allowed to kill because nature allows it. They're allowed to commit adultery because nature isn't monogamous. They're allowed to lie, indulge in all their God-given senses, especially sexual, because nature encourages it.
That is so not true. If they kill, they'll go to jail. And if you guys see, The girl on the bottom, well, he's hitting on the truth here, and it's not really allowed, so this will be removed because YouTube is definitely owned by Masons or answer to them, no doubt. Yanni, please don't ever come in my chat. No offense. If you're here already, I apologize, but please don't ever come in my chat with that mentality. Stay with voices. That kind of mentality are people I can't handle. I can't handle that level of stupidity. Google is owned by a bunch of foreigners, probably Indians. They own YouTube. They own Google. You can't ever get a hold of them. They do have people to answer you. They're kind of like Microsoft. And they own a lot more. They pretty much own half of the internet. So no, they probably don't answer to Masons. I really don't think they answer to anybody except their bosses. They are way, way higher than you think. So just saying.
As long as no one finds out, under oath. Jesus said, narrow is the road that leads to life, and broad is the road that leads to destruction. The Freemason of the century says, no true Mason can be narrow, for his lodge is the divine expression of all broadness. Because broad are the divine laws of nature. While they glorify those laws, Christianity breaks those laws. It becomes supernatural, because only then can you love your enemy. And so it goes that Christianity is despised by Freemasonry, the real Freemasons, because their Bible is nature. And by nature, they know the personality traits of their God, Satan, because he's the God of this world, just as the Freemasons, the enemies of mankind, say that he is. And just like Jesus said he was too. So they believe that Jesus is evil because he denies human nature and burdens us with the knowledge of sin. Observable nature, that's what guides the Masons' ethics and the Masons' morals. That's why they're called.
K. Smalls, a lot of what he said is not correct. You want me to prove it? I can prove it with peer written articles. I can prove it with not this, but I can prove it with real facts. Peer written articles, history, National Geographic, not some bullshit stuff that he's talking about. So please don't go there with me because I want to get through this without embarrassing him too bad with like the real history of stuff. Not like the website he pulled up, which is fucking garbage. Yeah, like real stuff. Peer written articles, like real context, not some bullshit. Just saying.
Freemasons. Believe you me, because they're free from moral obligations, free from sin, from guilt. They're free from Jesus Christ. These people are introducing this new system of the world, this new age. You're going to miss Christianity when it's gone. Mark my words. Because you have no rights in the eyes of nature, which is the Bible of Freemasonry and Satanism. And soon that will become painfully plain as a fact of life. Now, please, I give you fair warning of what's to come in this presentation. It's very disturbing, or at least it should be. But cause to celebrate follows the disgusting things you're about to see. This is precisely where my own life and well-being come into danger. So let me say this right now. If you hear of my sudden death or of my possession of 0.5 kilogram of cocaine or child porn or my overdose or my suicide, remember this video. And if something so unfortunate should happen to me,
What the fuck is he talking about? If he happens to get caught with cocaine, remember this video? What? So you admit you're a drug user. You admit that your arrest in 2013 for methamphetamine didn't mean much because now you're going to get arrested for cocaine. Okay, dude. Okay.
serve as a catapult to you and as a remembrance of the conclusion to this presentation, which is this many minutes away. Do I really think they're going to make me pay for this video, for breaking my oaths? Well, seeing as people are so far gone, lost in the illusion that secret societies have constructed around you and inside you, and seeing as they can simply pull this video down, close my account and whatnot, no, I don't think they'll come up. But if they do, let me say this to the Grand Lodge that orders my demise right now. Jesus wins. So in saying all that, here we go. Is Scott Morrison a Satanist? I'll let you answer that. Here is a ritual that Scott and every Freemason from this guy to this girl have performed. There is one Masonic apron you'll never see being worn. This one. And when I bumped into it, I thought it was a fake. Until I found this in Richardson's Monitor Freemasonry.
If you had to take an educated guess, when do you think this book was written? If you just had to take an educated guess. I would say from the looks of it, 20s, 30s, maybe 40s, but it's old. Very, very old. That's fine, Blue. No, it's 3333, 4 3s. 1800s, maybe. But yeah, it's old. And he's referencing it like it's yesterday. 1876.
Official Masonic literature, written for Masons only. On this page, what is that head doing there? You'll find out in a sec. Let's read the description of the apron worn in this degree. Speaking of the initiates, it states, they wear white aprons sprinkled with blood red and lined and bordered with black. On the flap of the apron, a bloody arm holding a dagger, and on the apron, a bloody arm holding a bloody head by the hair. Now this is why there's an illustration of a decapitated head. And this is going to become to a bone-chilling conclusion. So during this ritual,
for anyone that's ever really looked in the Bible, there's some sick shit in the Bible. In the Old Testament and the New Testament, there's some sick shit. You can point out and pull out stuff out of it that would blow your mind, that the church doesn't talk about, temples don't talk about, some crazy ass shit. So him acting like this is so anything important is a joke, in my opinion. Honestly, it's a total joke.
the candidate removes the blindfold and discovers a basin of water with a tumbler beside it. He is also astonished to find a human head lying on the floor. The master of ceremonies returns and directs the candidate to take up the knife in his right hand and the head in his left. Yes, this pope, this rock star, this pop star, this actor, this actress,
Yes, he was.
this beloved prime minister, this is what they've done. All of them, hands down. And you thought all you needed to be is talented to succeed? No, you need to belong to the secret society called Freemasonry. And believe me, when you belong to them, you belong to them. Now you tell me,
Bye, Taco.
can these people end up believing in Lucifer? Is that really a stretch? Carrying around a bloody head?
Allison, how old are you? I believe you said you were in your 40s and you still belong to your sorority from college. My brother is 52. He still belongs to his fraternity from college. Most people are in their fraternities for life. You don't leave your fraternity. Whether you're active in it or not is a different story. But that's why you have alumni and everything else. You're still always listed as alumni of that fraternity until you die. And then you get memorialized in your fraternity, depending how active you stayed. So to say that once you're in the Freemasons and then you can't leave, that's like any other fraternity. You don't leave. But if you do decide to leave, they're not going to hunt you down and kill you. That was like the 1800s. We're now in 2022. And K Smalls, I'm sorry. This guy is an idiot and everything he's saying is wrong. I understand that you like these conspiracy theorists. Show me peer written articles that can back up what you say, and then I will read it and respect it. But until you show me peer written articles or credible sources stating what you're saying, zip it.
Swearing to have your brain cooked, tongue torn out from the roots if you ever reveal anything? No, the stretch is that you think they couldn't believe in Lucifer. That's the stretch. Lucifer, the one who sets you free, remember, from sin by sinning. Can you now see the bloody spirit of Freemasonry lurking behind the veneer of charity and the veneer of Christianity? Because Scott Morrison goes to church, apparently. The Pope is a Christian, apparently. But look at these people, so-called Christians or Christians, gathered around a giant erect phallus in the middle of the Catholic square. This is Freemasonry, the demolition of morals, the creation of hypocrisy, and the demolition of true virtue. These minds are directing the future. Now, to be fair, I don't know if these heads are real heads. I never got that far to find out. But I will tell you this. All the skulls they use they're real. All the skeletons they use they're real. And they run every single noteworthy funeral home in Australia and the world. I know that personally and for a fact. Once again, you are only seeing the tip of the iceberg, because I can't bring myself to tell you about what I really know of the rituals that come after the 33rd degree Freemasonry.
Yeah, you'd have to watch from the beginning.
As much as they celebrate life in various grotesque ways, they also celebrate death in ritual form, which are the things I can't speak of to you. They have to celebrate death in order to prove that they can see things through the all-seeing eye, the one that sees above evil and above good. The checker. How can they hate something that doesn't exist? If only you could hear from some other Freemasons who have the courage to break their oaths. But you won't. You won't. This is probably it. But I once heard from a Freemason, an honest one, in about 2016, after I posted this picture on Facebook. He knew the truth, just like you do now, or just like you should. And he wrote to me, and he said, by the time we are done, every church will be a brothel. Well, in case you think that that's impossible, this is a fashion show that was held in a church, a real church, and it was organized by high-ranking Freemasons, who you will see now to be Satanists, designed to be a heart-wrenching mockery and a colossal sign of the times, this event. Just so you know, it's a Masonic production. Here's the inside of a lodge. See those twin pillars? Well, here they are. See the Masonic checkered floorboard? Well, there it is. See the Masonic square and compass? Well, there it is. And do you see the eye of Freemasonry? Yeah, there they are. The lower square in the square and compass has been disfigured so that as to not make it too obvious. But now that
So the Masonic temple, the Masonic church, did a fashion show inside of a regular church. That's not a conspiracy that they have their Masonic stuff all over the place. If I hold a candle shop inside of a church, you know what you're going to see? You're going to see my candle advertisements everywhere. That's just the way of the world. It's called advertising. If the Mason Church, the Freemasons, are the ones that are sponsoring this fashion show, that fashion show is going to have Masonic stuff all over the place. That's not rocket science. That's just a fact of advertising, 101. But there's a certain part I want you guys to see, which is coming right up.
We've established that. Here is the spirit of Freemasonry, as displayed through just a few of the models. This one wears the horns of the Baphomet, the horns of Satan, with his all-seeing eye in the background. More horns. This model wears the all-seeing eye, as does this one. And this disgusting thing with another huge all-seeing eye of Lucifer in the background. Then there's this, with a satanic pentagram on her face.
Okay. A satanic pentagram would be upside down. That is not a satanic pentagram. That is a 5-point star. If it was Satanist, the point would be on the bottom. This I know. So when I saw that, absolutely blew anything this man even possibly had to say right out the water. Because that is not a satanic star. That is a standard 5-point star with the point going up. But he's trying to portray it that it's a satanic star. No, it's not. It's blatantly obvious that it's not a satanic pentagram. But he is putting it out there as it is. So that's the part I wanted you guys to see. And no, there's no way to speed it up. But what I will tell you is think of any American fashion show. Tell me, it is a Star, David, right? You think I would know this. But I'm just saying it's a regular star. Now I forgot what I was going to say. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I did research. I have all this research done. But I knew Freemasons back from Making a Murderer. Because people were convinced that Freemasons were the lawyers that were involved. And it was a big boys club. That's when I started looking into it. But a lot of what I'm saying is common sense. Like, seriously, it is. It's common sense. So I just cannot grasp that he said that's a satanic star. No, it's not. So that's what I wanted to point out. Now, the horns, I've seen regular fashion shows with horns. But again, this was put on by the Masonry. I don't know when it was done, how it was done. A black and white checkered floor doesn't mean Satanism. Let's make that clear. There's a lot of places that have black and white floors. Coca-Cola is not satanic. Maybe some people think, Pepsi probably thinks they are, but Coca-Cola is not Satanism. And their big thing is black and white floors. Just saying. So, yeah, that was the gist of what I wanted you guys to see. I know it's annoying with constantly stopping, but the guy is out of his fucking mind. And these people were eating it up. I don't even get it. They're a charitable society like the Shriners. No, they are charitable. Oh, maybe that's why I kept clicking off. Okay. So, one of the place that he referenced is this education in the New Age. I was able to look it up. He's trying to say that this book explains Satanism. And he points to a couple of different references in the book. So I happen to pull up the book. The book is about education to be a continuous process from birth to death. It is essentially a process leading to a reconciliation of the human and divine elements in the constitution of a human being. Right relationship between God and man, spirit and matter, The whole and the part should be a prime objective of educational techniques. That's a book he referenced. If you look at the comments of the book, one says, brilliant foreshadowing of the role of education in the advancement of humanity. Miss Bailey challenges our very definition of such with education as more than merely knowledge attainment, but in what we do with our knowledge in the context of individuals, societies, and the world in all elements. Education is an expansion of consciousness, is as fabulous a concept as is ambitious an undertaking. We would appear to be far from it almost a century later, but one must hold out hope. Education is the new age, is a blueprint for greater tomorrow through the power of education as a mobilizing agent. Somehow, I don't think this book has a foundation of Satanism. Just from a comment, from the stars, from a lot of things. But according to him, he referenced this book as there's one thing she said in it that he's running with. No, sorry. It just doesn't work like that. So that was one thing. I'm going to shut this down. He shows something about the ancient days. And, that reference that he showed, like, of the high tiers that you have to be on. Well, I looked up Ancient of Days meaning. There's nothing. It's a manifestation of the ancient of ancients within creation. So again, going back to God, it's all about God's creation and the earth and all this other stuff. So what he's showing you is what I would call a Scientology type of ladder that you have to give money to go higher. That's what I think this is based on. That's what I really think it is. So that's kind of look like what he was showing. You guys should not be making jokes about this. About what? There's the problem. He is ref New Age. He is what? No, I haven't seen her. She was in here earlier. I'm a Satanist. That guy is never at the meetings. Here's another book he referenced. Finding of the Third Eye. From Vera Stanley Adler. During her successful career as a portrait painter, the author began to investigate the ancient wisdom, and this revolutionized her life. She made it her task to simplify and summarize this knowledge in order to present it to others. She offers a guide to attainment through the path outlined by ancient wisdom, which to me sounds like Egyptian, which she summarizes in relation to man, comparing it with discoveries of modern science. She surveys the philosophies of breathing, color, sounds, numbers, diet, and exercise. Finally, she discusses the functions of the third eye, astrology, mediation, and their ultimate aims. This is a book based on, what's the word I'm looking for? Harmony and peace in your life and how everything fits together. That's how I see that. So again, go to the comments. Interesting book about ancient wisdom and its expression, good and bad, through a variety of religions. Right there is all I needed to hear. So she referenced other religions in order to make her explanation make sense. So he took maybe the one thing she pulled out from Satanism or whatever she used, and that's what he's using. Sorry, I don't work that way. You have to give me the whole context. You have to tell me where it came from, which he did, but you have to make it make sense. You're taking something she said, explaining a religion, and you change the narrative to make it out like her voice was talking to you about Freemasons being Satanists. I don't even have to read the book to know that's not how it went. But that's how people are. I think Freemasons are into evil things. No, they're not. That is a lie. The third eye is the pineal gland in the brain. The third eye is the overlooking overall. Falling asleep, but Freemasons are not evil at all. I don't have enough tinfoil for the stream. I'm telling you, because people are crazy. They take one little thing and they run with it. They think this is it. This is from, I don't know, some Baptist University, May 1st, 2020. Meters in Secret, the History of Freemasonry and Its Influence on Conspiracy Culture in the United States. Here is a 45-page peer scholar article, if anybody wants the link, on why the Freemasons are brought up in all these conspiracies and how it's not true. And here is the link if anybody would like a real, not some bullshit, a real scholar peered paper, which is right there. So why does shares a new picture have a Freemason eye going on? Who knows? She said that she's been talking to the guy for a while. So an actual white paper. Yeah. It's just crazy. Crazy. How do we know what Freemasons do or think? We can't go to meetings and they do not talk about the meetings. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know what goes on at the fraternity that one of my ex-boyfriends went to. He never talked about it. Doesn't mean he's worshiping Satan when he's there. It's just one of those things. It's a fraternity. It's a club. You don't talk about what goes on in a club outside of that club. You know, it's just the way it is. And you don't know what's going on, but if you're not in the club, it's none of your business. Not you personally, I'm saying in general. I was a Scientologist for, what, a little over a year? I mean, I know a lot about Scientology. I studied it. My reasons for joining were not normal, but they were normal to me in that time. But, and I've said this before, Scientology is a cult. But the premise of Scientology, I agree with and I believe in. And to this day, I believe in the premise of Scientology, and that's mind over matter. You have the power to do anything you want to do in life. You're not going to get that power from somebody praying above. That's not where you're going to get your power. Your power comes from beyond. I mean, from inside. And your power is your strength. And only you can make your strength happen. That's the premise of Scientology. It's kind of a lot like Zen Buddhism. Yes, it was to meet John Travolta, and it didn't happen. I would do anything for dancing feet. It is a cult, though. It is. They make you pay for everything. They, you know, you have to go in the ranks. You have to pay for stuff. It is a cult. I'm not going to deny it. But the premise of it, just like the premise of Christianity, the premise of Christianity is be nice to your neighbor. Don't, you know, Jews were the premise of Judaism, not the premise, but, you know, we're talking about morals and stuff, is eye for an eye. Well, we can't live modern society doing an eye for an eye. I mean, we would run amok. You can't do it. So Christianity is, you know, look the other way. Don't hate thy neighbor. Like every single moral compass that we have is based on Christianity. Because Jews, we were hardcore. Like, you hurt me, I'm going to fucking kill you 10 times over. We can't live modern society the way Jews lived. So Christians came up with a set of morals that we follow every day, or you're going to go to jail. So, I mean, every religion has a base that they follow and that they believe in. Zen Buddhism, same thing. Satanism, same thing. So, and people would be surprised that Satanism as a religion is not what people think it is. It's not, oh my God, evil, you're going to kill someone. That's not Satanism. Satanism is just the belief that evil can be, not evil in a sense of killing, but it's not as bad as people think it is. I'll put it, I don't remember exactly, but it's not as bad as people think it is. Colonialism brought man-made religion. Ancient alien theorists, that's another wacko theory, but some people believe it. Have you watched it? I did actually watch it, Sarah, and I wasn't that high up. I was a little on the totem pole. Like, I only paid for like 2 or 3 classes, so I have no idea what she talked about at that high level. What is the reason you don't believe? Because when I was very young, when I say young, like 12, 13, we were Jewish, and most of my friends were Catholic, Lutheran, Protestant, Indian. I mean, I lived in New York, so it was, everything. But, we would all go to each other's churches and stuff, and I didn't understand Lutheran, Protestant, Christian, Catholic. You all believe in the same fucking thing, but you all take what you want from the Bible. That's not real religion to me. I understood at a very young age that modern society could never live the way the Jews lived. Eye for an eye. Just a lot of the Jewish Old Testament morals, never going to happen. So we would be crazy as a society. So I understood that very young. But the New Testament was written after the Old Testament. Well, if you're going to go by a book that Jesus wrote, well, shouldn't you go by the one he originally wrote, which would be the New Testament, whether you like it or not? But because you can't live by those rules, they created another book after he was dead. And all of a sudden, this man who was a rabbi when he was alive, according to the Bible, the Jews are the chosen people, the chosen ones. Chosen for what? Just chosen for what? Nobody could ever explain it. Why, people say the Jews killed Jesus. No, actually the Roman Catholics killed Jesus. Well, they weren't Catholics, but they were Romans. They were the ones that killed Jesus. They could have told the Jews no. There were too many hypocrisies in all these religions, and I had too many questions that priests answered me and rabbis answered me. I was that teenager that asked everybody everything. I was that I want to know why. Why did the Romans kill the Jews? Well, your answer came depending on who you asked. Why did the Catholics think this way? Well, that all depends on why you ask, who you ask. Well, if I ask a Catholic priest why he can't marry, and I'm asking a Lutheran priest why he can marry, they're both following the exact same book. They both have the exact same book in front of them. None of them are following the Old Testament or a Buddhist or a Muslim. They are all following the New Testament. So all these different sectors of religions transferred or sectored off based on their own morals, not the way Jesus wrote or not the way it's said in the New Testament. It's how can we take what we want out of this book and make it fit to the way I choose to live. That is why you have all these sectors of Christianity. So once I started really understanding this, I told my parents I don't believe in any of this bullshit because it's too hypocritical. It just doesn't make sense. And they would try to give me answers, and my friends' parents would try to give me answers. And finally one day I said, I don't believe in any of this. This is all bullshit. Everybody's taking what they want out of it and making it fit to their own beliefs instead of what it actually says to do. It's how can we spin it for our own justification. That's why I don't believe in religion. And there you go. I have studied Zen Buddhism. And I actually like a lot of beliefs of Zen Buddhism, which is kind of a thing of Scientology. It's a lot of the same. So it's just how I feel. I believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy and Tinkerbell. I chill with Jesus on my terms privately. There you go. Yeah, Buddhism does predate Christianity, but Zen Buddhism is kind of an off of it, I guess you can put it. I don't know how else to put it. But someone asked me why I don't believe in religion. That's why I don't believe in religion. That is what started it. I wouldn't exactly call myself a Scientologist, but yes, I hung out at the church very, very often. Went to the church, did everything I could to meet Johnny T. My next target is Jackson Hole, Wyoming, to find Nikki Sixx. He's been my other love of my life. So, I got both of them. But Johnny's first. I didn't grow up with religion and probably don't have anywhere near as much knowledge, but I absolutely agree. I don't need to get right with any God. You're a Scientologist for nah. I'm not in that kind of. I wasn't in that. I looked at them and told them they were a cult. I said, "Get me the fuck out of here. This is weird." So, but I mean, when you go up the ranks of Scientology, that you're paying for that. It's not like, oh, you're John Travolta or you're Tom Cruise and you're gonna go up there. You're paying for that. They pay for that. But it's just education. I mean, this is a long time ago. I don't remember exactly what the classes were, but it was all about self-enrichment. It wasn't, it wasn't like classes on the Bible or Scientology. It was really how to hone in on the best person that you can be. That's what the classes were. But it was very cult-like. In some of them, it's so far the book. And I also read the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I read that a long time ago, which is why I always remembered Phoenix. One Scientology, yeah, but that's when you're in higher ranks. I'm not that high. I was in the low bottom pole. Not me. Oh, I'd go there, but I don't know that book well enough to trust. The Apostle Paul wrote most of the Testament, not Jesus. I'm just saying in general. The questions that I had, nobody could. I would get different answers from people. What about all the symbols that guy showed? That the guy showed, so, like King Diamond, the one I said in the beginning. He showed a king. That's an album cover. That doesn't mean anything. This guy twisted so much shit. The Sea Org, yes. No, like, we were walking, how it all started. Like, we were walking down Hollywood Boulevard and took one of those stupid personality tests. That's how it all started. I walked the red road. And I'm strong enough, I don't need to, and this is a personal view, I'm not judging anybody, but I don't need some fake figure in my life to give me strength. My strength comes from me. Every single thing that I do in my life is because I chose it, or I made it happen, or I chose left instead of right. Every single choice that I make is on me. If I need strength, nothing's giving me strength but my inner being, my inner soul. That's what gives me strength. So when I hear people think and say, well, God help me. God ain't going to fucking help you. The only thing that's going to help you is you. You believing in yourself. If believing in God gives you strength, that's fine. But it's still coming from you. It's just a matter if you want to believe in yourself or you want to believe in a supreme being to guide you through the world. Okay, whatever floats your boat. But I believe in me. And if I want something to change, I'm the only one that can make that happen. If I want to get a job, I better prepare for it. If I want to make more money, then I better work my ass off for it. If I want to lose weight, well, I better do something to make that happen. Nothing's going to guide me to do the right thing. It's just the way it is. So that's my belief. God created your soul. That's your opinion. God didn't create my soul. Sorry. That is just your opinion. I don't believe God created my soul. Show me what a soul even is. Is there even a soul that exists? Because when you die, nobody sees a soul. Science says there's no such thing as a soul. So, again, you're coming at it from a religious perspective. If you don't believe in religion, you don't believe in that. Just the way it is. I am my shining light. And again, Pine, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that that's everyone's opinion. I'm not downing anyone for believing in God. I just don't. And I explain why. Because I haven't left your channel yet. Hallelujah. I know. And that's why, Linda, read the articles. I'm going to give you some links, Linda. Listen, Linda, listen. I'm going to give you some links. Hold on. Try this link. It's like 45 page. I'm going to give you the History Channel link. I'm going to give you all the stuff I looked up. There's a History Channel link on Freemasons. This is, I don't know if this is reputable. Free Republic. I don't think it's reputable, but explain some stuff. National Geographic, The Lost Symbol and the Freemasons, 8 Myths Decoded. I'm going to give you that link. Okay, there you go. There's some research. You can't be soulless. No, I'm not, I believe in ghosts. I believe in the afterlife. I believe that there may even be someone looking over heaven if there is a heaven. I'm not ruling out an afterlife at all. I definitely know that ghosts exist. So what is a ghost? You don't see them. They're almost like a shadow. So I believe that's probably a soul that carries over. Or I know when I saw my dad die, his whole face shrunk in. It was very weird. And I said to my mom, I wonder if that's a soul leaving. There's a lot of things that I do believe that most agnostic people do not believe. But I never said I was normal or like everybody else. So I do know that I do believe that there is an afterlife. What that afterlife exists of, I don't know. That I don't know. Where the aliens hence loving to probe. Yeah, I don't know if we came from aliens. No, actually you're wrong, K. Smalls. Don't look up many references. Look up peer-reviewed articles. That is the only point of reference that anybody should look up when you're researching, is peer-reviewed articles. That is it. And you can even type in, if you don't know how to find them, you type in peer-reviewed article on Freemasons, peer-reviewed article on Satanism, whatever. You always want peer-written articles. I believe we were creation by the universe and return to the universe. That's possible. It's not the ghost you got to be scared of. It's the living. Amen to that. It's like YouTube. Believe in evolution. No offense to creationism believers. It's calling you. It mentioned the divine and angels. By the way, where do angels live? Angels live everywhere. Angels live inside of you. Angels live everywhere. Apes, it was apes. A lot of people believe that. I don't know. I know apes are a lot like humans. But 3 has always been my lucky number. Well, not always, since the kids were born. Because I have 3 kids. The twins' birthday is 1/11, which is 111 equals 3. Dayton is 1/1 1, 2. So I always felt like 1 and 2 equals 3. So I always knew 3 was my number, although I never won money on it. But I always knew 3 was my number. So I never, like, thought about it when I saw the 3333. It was weird. Jesus has saved me from death twice, or luck did. But you will not find anything about the Masons, a secret society for a reason. Well, you can find stuff. Your birthday is... Oh my God, Lindsay. I wanted him to be born on 11/1 so bad. The doctor wouldn't do it. He's like, you're not ready. I'm like, it's only 12 days. My twins are 1/11. I want him 11/1. They wouldn't do it. The Earth is 4,543 billion years old. There are millions of planets in the universe, so we're supposed to believe in faith and belief systems of the last few thousand years. It's all a matter of what you believe. Father, Son, Spirit, Head, Womb, Connection. There you go. Birthday is 11/11. And I was born... Was I born 11? No, I think I was born after 12. Both my kids were born at 8 in the morning. Like, as soon as 8 happened, boom. You saved yourself. Jesus was too busy making wine for the party in heaven. Good point. Outer space. I tell you, I've been questioning the trip to the moon lately. I really have. But not what they represent and do. Oh. I will make you believe somehow. What, in Jesus? Nah, it'll never happen. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in any organized religion. Doesn't matter what it is. But I do believe that maybe there's something out there after this. You know, do we just die and go in the ground, or is there more to it? I believe in heaven and hell, but I don't think heaven is a place that y'all just hang out and party. Like, I don't know. I just don't believe that. Jesus was a rabbi. He wasn't even a prophet. He was a rabbi according to his life. Not after death. According to his life, he was just a rabbi. I have full faith in Jesus Christ. Hey, more power to you, Pine. Humans saying it can't be aliens, and the same thing as us taking a glass of water and scooping up some ocean and being like, well, there's no fish in here, so there can't be any fish. Oh, I believe there might be aliens. An audiobook would you listen to? It's not about religion. It's actually super cool. It depends what it's about, Lindsay. I wouldn't not read it, but it depends. I may have read it already. What is it about? I believe we live in hell, and heaven is the... Believe we struggle no more. I'm telling you, I've had some whacked out dreams about heaven and hell. Whacked out dreams that I still remember, like I had them yesterday. And it's weird to me how I still remember them like it was yesterday. And it kind of makes me think, is there really a heaven and a hell? I don't know. Journey of the Souls. Oh, about where the souls go? Party in My Cloud. There you go. Logically Fallacious is a great book. All good is God and all bad evil. Well, I have a lot of peace knowing I will see my grandmother again after I die. I always wonder why my dad doesn't come talk to me more. Why doesn't my dad come to my dreams? I don't know. I just have mixed feelings. Most importantly, the Son of God. Jews don't believe he was the Son of God. And why'd the Romans kill him? The Jews had some power. I'll tell you that much. God is a mansion for everyone. You reunite with your loved ones and be happy. No sin in heaven. That works for me. I can live with that. We are energy and you cannot destroy enemies, so we go somewhere. We are souls living a human experience. Okay. I had one like that too, Linda. I did. I'll never forget it. And I've told the story a couple of times. I will never forget that dream. I think I was a serial killer in a previous life. I really do. The Jews did not kill Jesus. The Romans killed Jesus. People always say the Jews killed him. Nope. The Jews told the Romans to kill him, but the Romans actually killed him. They could have said no, but they didn't. They did whatever the Jews told them to do. No, you're not blocked, winner. That's okay. You can say Jesus loves me. That's fine. But even if I believed in God, I wouldn't believe in Jesus as the Son of God. Oh, I've nothing I haven't said before, hounds. I'm telling you, I think I was a serial killer in my last life. I really, truly do. Romans killed Jesus. Even Jesus loves me. That's it. And rock and roll. There you go. You know, do I believe that my dad's looking out for me? Absolutely. Do I believe he watches over me? Absolutely. Do I believe he gives me strength when I need it? Absolutely. Why do you have the inkling? What do you mean? Religion is inherently toxic. I agree with that. The Romans were government, but the Jews were the ones that did it. No, the Jews went to the Romans, but they didn't have to listen. If you don't believe in the Bible, where are you getting your information? It's just what I've been told over the years. And I can't say I read the Bible. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I read the Bible. I did not read the Bible. I skimmed through the Bible. Because me and my ex-husband, my first husband, like my real ex-husband, I don't know how else to put it, but we got married by archdiocese as well as a rabbi. They had like, my mom found him, her dad found him. They had like this radio show that they did together. And my ex-husband was a recovering alcoholic, I guess. He quit drinking out of high school. But he would say that God is nothing more than good, orderly direction. And he actually did read the Bible. So that's a lot of how I know some stuff out of the Bible. And then other stuff just, over the years. Jews told the Romans to kill Jesus. The Romans are the ones that actually killed him. The Jews told them to do it, but the Romans actually did it. Look up your history, people. I'm telling you. I'm not wrong. Christianity has made you believe the Jews did it. But if you really look it up, the Jews didn't do it. The Romans did it. This I know. I didn't go to church. I grew up in a Jewish home. I'm not wrong. I meant to say the Romans killed it. Thank you. Thank you, Ilurka. That's what I'm trying to tell them. The Romans are the ones that actually killed Jesus. They did it for the Jews because the Jews told them to do it, but the Romans actually are the ones that killed Jesus. Well, going on what we do know. But for some reason, people want to make it out that the Jews are the ones that actually killed. No, it was actually the, I know I'm right. Thank you. And we are taught the Roman Catholics did it. If you were a serial killer in your previous life, you would have reincarnated as a bug or in a lower form of life than I'm telling you, I really do. I think I was a serial killer. It's true, the Romans are to blame. They were the only ones authorized to crucify. Correct. It was one idiot in particular that did it, not just a Roman, but an idiot psychopath. Did you know the Jewish and Italians were only accepted in the U.S. because we blended in with the white man? That I did know. Jews picked Barnabas over Jesus. Correct. Did you really, Sarah? Laura's right. It was the Romans. I just Googled it. Thank you. I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you guys, I've done some deep searching on religion. There's a lot I don't know, but there's a lot I do know. Why a serial killer? I'll tell you why. most people can be in a dark place and not think. And this was before I watched horror movies. This is before, like, you know, probably reading books. But I've always had a thing for the dark. Like, I always, walking into my house, even as a teenager, walking into my house, I always felt like somebody was watching and was going to jump out and jump me. When I go into a public bathroom, and I'm talking for years, not like something recent. There's a closet in a public bathroom. And I swear that if I was a killer, that's exactly where I would hide. I think like this. If I go into a store, if I was going to murder somebody, where would I hide? And that's the first place I look. That's not normal. That's not a normal way to think. But I've been like that as long as I can remember. And that's why I said I was probably that serial killer, that I knew where to hide. He was Jewish, correct. Heaven is real. Why, have you been dead? I believe in the afterlife. But we don't know. We're not dead yet. We haven't died yet. You do that too? But I do. That's why I think I was a killer. That's just not a normal way to think. Most people don't think like that. Like, they're going to get jacked just walking into their house. And I used to think like that. The way my house was set up growing up, you know, it's not so much anymore because I go through the garage. But even now, if I'm pulling out of the garage, I listen and make sure nobody walked in. I listen before I get out of my car. I get in my car and I open the garage. I lock all the doors. Like, just till I get out. Because maybe someone's going to jump me. It's just how I think. I don't know. That's our connection. You kidnapped and killed me. I think I was kidnapped and killed when I was super young in my past life. There you go. And now you're here to torture me. Did you watch the movie Heaven is for Real? I think I did. Do you believe in reincarnation? I don't know. For a long time, I believed that somebody was watching me 24/7. I really, truly believed it. And I would tell my parents that maybe this was too many drugs that I did in my life. I don't know. But I really felt like somebody had eyes on me all the time. As I got older, it started getting less and less. Now, I don't really feel like that anymore. Every once in a while, but I do see shadows every once in a blue moon, but never scary. Like, I've told Sage, did you see that? She's like, no. But it's not a scary feeling. It's a very calming feeling, I guess. But every once in a while, I do see something where I'll turn around and I'll look. And I'll be like, okay, there's nothing there, nothing on the floor, nothing scooted past me, like no rodents, nothing. And sometimes it'll be high. I saw it today. I was in the bathroom, and out of the corner of my eye, like high, I saw a shadow. There was no reason for it. Like, things like that, weird. But my house isn't haunted. Like, that I know. Like, I feel it. It's fine. I think it is my dad. I do. But it's never been a scary thing. You know, it just felt like I was always being watched. That certain choices I made, it was like, don't make that choice. Go the other way. You know, or even driving sometimes. I'll get that instinct. Don't go that way. And I won't. And I'll go the other way. And nothing ever happened the other way. I've learned to listen to that little gut feeling that tells you not to do something. I always feel like that's an angel looking out for me. Or that's my dad or my grandmother or somebody. But that's just me. I met that twice and told it to go, and ever since I've been sensitive. Seen shadow ghosts in the daytime. Yeah, it was the daytime. Should have died. I should have died in a car crash too. I've been as close to death as a person can be, and my heart wasn't beating for over 15 minutes? Damn. That's a long time. Yeah, but this was every day, my 3 healers. Every single day for years and years and years. That my dad would look at me. He'd be like, are you okay? I'm like, I just get that feeling. He's like, Laura, you've done too many drugs in your life. Dad, I'm telling you, I'm not high. Something isn't right. And that's what I felt for years. I don't feel like that as much anymore. Do you think you're psychic? I have been told that I have abilities that I've never enriched. You know, I've never explored, I guess is the right word. I don't know the right word. I'm still afraid of basements too. That's why we don't have any here. Maybe you're a victim in a... No, I don't think I was a victim. I think I'm too strong. I have had many out-of-body experiences when I was younger. I haven't had one since in my early 20s. It's like the girl in Charmed. Okay. But yeah, I've never enriched them. I've never explored them. I've never wanted to know them. I don't want to speak to dead people. Sorry. I don't want people coming to me in my sleep and telling me, you know, contact this one. No thanks. Nope. You give me witch energy. I swear I was one in a past life. I looked into that too. That was the drugs. That's what I'm saying. No, when I was 17, I used to get my nails done by a crystal chick who was also a psychic who gave me some amazing readings. And she's the one that told me that I have very keen, intuitive psychic ability if I would learn to explore it. I never wanted to. Nope. No thanks. But I think my paranoia was the drugs. But no, my, what's it called? Out of body. It had nothing to do with drugs. It started when I was very young. Long before I even started doing drugs. That would say, yeah, I would not want to be a medium. I grow my nails, I cut them and pick them. Don't pick them. I'm a practicing witch. I looked into witchcraft. Witchcraft is not what people think it is. And I just didn't have time to do all the elements. And it just wasn't my thing. I don't want to know stuff. Like, I just don't. Some people want to know and want to explore it. I don't want to know it. I just want to be normal. Like, that's it. I don't care to know the afterlife. I don't care to know freaky things. I'll end up scaring myself. Like, I'm one of those people. I will scare myself. And I just don't want to do that. Mediumship can be very rewarding. Not something I ever wanted to explore. I'm telling you, I know me. I would scare the shit out of myself. I get certain intuitions and I scare myself. You know, like I spent so many years being scared to be in a house alone. I'm not trying to go back there. So I have come to the realization that I know me and I will scare myself. And it's taken me 40 years to feel comfortable being in my own house by myself. And even then I still get a little weird. And like my house was never broken into, you know, there was no reason. I was never attacked in my house. There's no reason for me to be scared of my own house, but I was. And I think it started from when I was on drugs, but it's carried over. So if I had ghosts and dead people, no thanks. I wouldn't be able to handle it. You're a powerful being. That I've been told many of times. I have been told that multiple times from mediums, psychics. Like, in California, I was told I have an amazing energy that surrounds me. But again, I'm not trying to explore it because I don't want to know it. Maybe later in life, maybe when I'm on my deathbed, I may want to explore it. But for now, I've gotten so far. I've gotten to be where I am without having to nurture it. I'm not trying to nurture it. Nope. No thanks. Well, thank you, Hounds. You're not the first. But yes, I'm the first one to admit I would scare myself. I would. No thanks. Kiss messages between mediumship and the spiritualist religion and ghost hunting. Yeah, ghost hunting, I would scare the fuck out of myself. You will never see me ghost hunting. I get scared watching it on TV. I can watch horror movies all day long. Ghost hunting, I'm intrigued by it. I find it interesting and I watch it, but I watch it like one eye open, or I watch it listening to it without actually watching it. I admit it. Dayton likes ghost hunting. Dayton will sit there and watch it for hours. I believe me, Badger, I wish I knew. I used to be one off. Every time I'd play Lotto, I would literally be one off of every single number. So the next time I would like go a number before, a number after, and then it was always the one after. Like I was like, I give up. Yeah, 3333. That's true. Yeah, haunted houses, never. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. You will not see me in a haunted house. What do you think of Mexi? What's Mexi? Never want to know my future. That's true too. Haunted house of... No, not a real haunted house. A real haunted house, fucking scary. Like, no thanks. You live in a haunted house? Hell to the no. That's another thing. If I walk through a house, that's how I know if I'm going to rent it or live there. There are houses I've been to. Oh, hell no. No thanks. Lotto commercial comes on. Leave Jewish people alone. Who's picking on Jewish people? I can lucid dream. Took lots of practice. My dreams are like movies. I wish. Meeksy is a ghost hunt. Yeah, I don't never watched them. My rural 1880 farmhouse. Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. You'd never see me live in an old house like that. We drive by houses. I'm like, I bet it's haunted. Sage would be like, I bet it is. Yeah, no. Like some people count license plates. We've actually count like ghost houses. Like, you think it's haunted? Nah. Think it's haunted, Dayton? Like, you know, on a long car drive? That's what we do. I know we're weird. Are rental houses haunted? Hell no. I would know as soon as I walk in. When my parents moved in their house and their house was built from the bottom up, I said, your house was built on burial ground. I was like, something is not right here. My mom thinks I'm crazy. My dad thought I was crazy. But I never felt right in that house. Like something wasn't right. But they built it brand new. My mom said, Laura, it was nothing. It was woods. Maybe someone died around here. I don't know. But as soon as I walked in their house, then, there's an uneasy feeling. They don't feel it, but I did. I always did. Our house 18. Oh, hell no. Some folks in your community want to slander. Who slandered a Jewish person? Nobody slandered a Jewish person that I could see. I was watching chat. I've had two spirits in my... Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. Could deal with them, but sitting on the end of my bedwetting. Oh, hell no. Yeah, my mom still lives there. She thinks I'm crazy. She's like, Laura, it's not haunted. Mom, it's haunted. Trust me. Laura, it's not haunted. Yes, it is. She's like, who would it be? I don't know. But something isn't right in this house. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Are they bots or people? You just don't. No, I'm telling you, my three healers. I've always told my sister-in-law too and my brother, like, something isn't right. They all think I'm crazy, but I always got an uneasy feeling when I walked in. Like, I don't know. Thanks. They're not my candles, though. Those aren't mine. It's just a video I took. I believe in ghosts. Yeah, I need to get off too. I was only going to do like an hour. I did not expect to be talking about everything else. But I'm glad I did. No, nobody is. No family members I have are psychics. I wish. Nah. I gotta finish painting. They're real? I believe they're real. I'm not saying they're not real. But it was just very strange. It's something that was brought in the house. I don't know. I don't know. I had electroplasm in the house. Wow. Yeah, it was an interesting night. But I will say, anyone wants to play Lotto? 3333. I used to wake hearing people scream my name. Oh, that's not good. Never scary. Oh, I'm always scared. I'd like hide behind Dayton. I'd be like, Dayton. Or even like if I'm go to a friend's house, friend has to run to the store, I get very uneasy. Like I don't like being in somebody's house by myself. Hotels, same way. I just don't like being alone in unknown territory. And I don't know. I've always been like that. Like, I'm always afraid that something's going to happen. That, you know, someone's going to break in. And I've never been in that position. I don't know why I'm so scared of it. Maybe too many years of drugs. I don't know. But, all right. I'm out. I got to finish painting my dresser. Or at least put the next coat on. And that's it. So, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for super chat. And that's it. Any cash apps I haven't checked. So any candle orders I haven't checked. But I have order candles that are curing now. And I will see you guys later. Peace. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed. Nice Sunday night. Phoenix staying home tomorrow because he's sick. So I'll have him in the morning. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.